Hello, my name is Marcus. Welcome to Ticket to Ride. Welcome to Tabletop Reviews. Ticket to Ride Asia. And legendary Asia, of course. Yes, the first map collection and the second to last that I need to get reviewed so far. Let's get to the table and see what's played. Alright, let's get it set up here. Take the lid to the side, of course. Instructions manuals, they've already been read. And we have the main central board as always. And the very bright and colorful one here is Asia, just regular old Asia. And of course, like with all these map collections from the base game, you're going to need a bag of trains. No, I don't count them, but there's a rule for an amount that you need. 2 point markers, just gonna place them on 100, which is of course 0. An entire deck of cards, of course. I'm just gonna place them up here, the same rules, flip over the first 5. That was a lot of pink. Luckily this is just a overview, otherwise I would probably try and change that. Now this, and you also have these here, these are card holders. Each side gets 2 of them. Because here's the big twist, it is a team game. That's basically the only thing that's a twist. Each side gets 4 of these, each player gets 4 of these, and they're kept secret from your partner. And then each player also gets 5 tickets. 4, 5. 5. Bang. And yes. So the start up here is well, it's actually important to count in here because each player is only going to receive 27 trains. So just get them out without getting all of the other stuff out, but I can't. Of course, I have expansions and stuff in here. So each player also only gets 27 trains. It's probably going to speed up. You two, that's only 24 in that bag, of course, where these ones come into play, so it's 25, 26, and 27. And then the same for the white. This is probably one where I'm going to remove the trains from here and just put them in the bag, because that prolongs the regular game, but of course not actually supposed to. Anyways, each player on the red team now has 27 trains. Alright, from your tickets you are going to keep 3 of them, and 1 of them is going to become that's an incredibly easy choice there. 1 of them is going to be put in one of these as a team one. Bam. So now you both can see this. This one, this person's secret one. This person then does the same. You would probably do it on this at the same time. Normally, of course, I'm alone here. Delhi and Delhi. This guy was not as lucky. Gotta put this one in at there. Just as a gamble, right? Bam, now you're ready to start the game. All of your stuff is secret from your teammates until it's put up here as public. You know, only trains. And now as regular, you'll draw up 3 routes if you want new route cards. Bam, you keep 1 of them and then we'll put in the combined one over here. So if that's a way of getting a new route card. So there's always a new one there. If you choose 2, you'll keep 1 of them for yourself. But you will always add 1 here as well. When drawing up cards from over here, you draw up 2 as normal. 1 of them goes in your combine. I think I'm turning these the wrong way. Like, they seem to very naturally want to fall this way. Yeah, turn them incorrectly. This one as well. So pay attention to the way it's turning. It's almost as if someone has been smart with this. The other one you draw to your hand. So you have a public for your team and on your hand privately, right? So you always add one and add one. If there is a locomotive over here, oh, such as such, and you decide to draw that up, it has to go in your pool, your gathered pool. And that's drawing those cards. Playing the cards you choose to use from either your hand or from your supply, and then you play down from your own supply of strains. And of course, whenever a team is down to 4 or less trains, it's over. You can be at 0, but if your teammate has 6, game's not over. Then everyone has one last round, including the player that activated it, and then the game's over. A few things to note. So first of all, 2 lines, double lines here, are the same. At a 4-player game like this, one of these would be closed off. At a 6-player game, they're both open. You have to, except for this one, Canton to Hong Kong. Both of these will be open in any game all the time, because it's the only way to get to Hong Kong, I think so. And these triple lines here, the rule is the same, except 2 of them are open, 1 of them is closed at 4 players, and then at 6 players, all 3 are open. Then you have mountain routes here. We know these from Team Night Europe. You draw some cards, except this one has the thing that this one draws up 6, this one draws up 5, this one draws up 4, and 4. It says in them how many you draw. So there's an extra challenge to it. But if you decide like to use a locomotive on this one, right, on the 5er, then you're gonna draw 5 cards. Now normally it will cost me 2 extra because it's an orange, but because I played the locomotive, it has to be a locomotive to increase in price. It wasn't, so I'm good to go. I believe this is also a rule in Europe that I've just missed and not known about, or maybe it is a special rule for this one, I'm not quite sure. Of course, if you play an orange and locomotive, for example this one, both a orange and locomotive count towards it. If you only play orange, locomotives do count towards increasing the price for it, of course. Those are some things to note. Of course, at the end, you have the Asian Globetrotter, whoever have completed the most routes, that's the team, of course, gets 10 bonus points. Whoever has Asian Express, the longest gathered route all around, gets also 10 bonus points, and this is for the team, because you score individually. When I put down 1 here, score a point for my team. When my teammate puts down 2 here, he scores, it's just 2 points for the team. When we put our routes together and count all the points up, it is all in one team because you are trying to do it together. This is the only way to share information. You're not allowed to talk about your routes. But I suppose you could talk over here, maybe like, oh, I only need the orange one. Do you need some? I could use that pink one. Okay, well, we'll grab orange and pink and I'll put the pink in here. Right, so there's a little bit of communication, but it's limited and you're not allowed to talk about everything all at once. That's the game. How to play it, how to win it. Let's get back to the table and talk about it. Oh wait, completely forgot that we also have, oopsie, Legendary Asia on the other side. And I almost forgot that. This is individual, in an individual game. But base setup is basically almost the same. Jesus Christ, I'm out of breath. That's how much in bad shape I am. I'm just gonna leave these over here, except of course in this one you don't get 4. You only get, oh, I actually only get, oh, just because I draw, right? I don't care. You have 4 to start, of course. And all of your trains are all together. This guy's, of course, there's more now in the yellow, but whatever. And this is why I say you could just use these still, but it's not in the rules, but definitely still use them, like they're very useful. Alright, and here you have the Silk Road Tour 1913. I think this is an expansion, individual expansion, and put into this one, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, by the way, you have 2 different routes here. Pink background, black background. The pink ones are long routes. We know these from Europe, of course. Each player player will get 1 long route and 3 regular routes, and then of course your choice is between 2 or 3 of the regular routes to keep. Oh, actually I only get 2. There we go, 3 and 2, and you just look at these and go, how do they fit in with these ones? They don't. Great. Another easy choice for this one, I have to say. And then you get going. All the rules are basically the same. You have locomotives here because you need 1 locomotive at least. Double routes, they are only available for 4 or 5, 2 or 3, no go, no way. Great cards, all these. There are different mountain routes, however, they have a cross in them. So let's say, okay, let's say I wanted to take, am I even close to getting any of these? No. Is there a pink one? There's a pink one, okay. Let's say I had these ones, okay. Just for the visual look. Here we go. I wanted to take this route. Well, I need to put down 3, because it's 3 long, and per X that is in it, I need to place 1 more. So I couldn't take this one. I could take this one down here. There's 2 and 2, no, that's still 4. So I couldn't take any of these. I would need this extra 1. Then I could take these ones, I'll discard it, just like regular. Let's put them at the bottom here, whatever. Bam. This one is put over here and grabs 2 extra points. I believe it's 2 extra points, yeah. So on the score here, presented as 1, you have a 3 route, which is 4 points, and you go up to 6 because you placed this one over here. So it gives you some extra points for doing that, otherwise it's just basic ticket to ride. Alright, now we're done. Let's get to the table. Pretty bad, I forgot the other side, eh? For fuck's sake. Anyways, so just get into the gameplay. The gameplay is, of course, let's take Legendary Asia first. That's just Ticket to Ride. Very much resembling Ticket to Ride Europe, obviously. With the addition of that cross thing. But I don't know how much I like it. It kind of gets me the feel of also why I don't like Japan map and rails and sails, because it's quite lucky. You need to have those routes to do it, and you don't have a choice. You have to do it. It's not like an opportunity to score more points. You have to do it, and then you score more points. So it's basically just routes for more points in them, and that adds a level of luck to it, right? Because you need to get to draw those routes and try and complete those routes to get those points. They are luckily all over the map, and therefore it's very easy to get a route with them in it, and you don't need to have your 3 routes to complete. It's better than rails and sails, definitely. But that's not what saved this map. Ticket to Ride Asia, a team module, not a 2-player, a team module to it. I thought that was very interesting. And I wondered how, when I first read there was a team, I was like, okay, interesting. I want to read these rules right now. I want to know how to play this game. Because that's very interesting. Problem is, of course, I need to find a team to play with. I thought, me and my girl, we're just gonna play here and to play a game, get a feel for it. It's Ticket to Ride. That should be enough, right? It's a team game. Oh no, I need to find it. 2 more people to play with at least. But of course did. I thought it was very interesting. I love the fact that you start off your individual ones, but you are throughout the game forced to show it, right? So you can't just go, I'm just gonna make a bunch of points, then it's your fault if we lose. No, it's the team one, you're forced into doing it. But I also like that you still keep some secrets. I think I forgot to mention that you can spend an entire turn on moving 2 cards to the common thread. I think it's train cards. You can move 2 of those to the common thread, to the common pile there. I forgot to mention that. And that's very interesting, you want to do teamwork, but you're wasting 1 turn kind of doing that because you're not really changing around. But does he really need them? Maybe you understand it. Oh, you need orange. Okay, fine. Fine. Waste my turn. Orange. Better be good. So it's very interesting the way of dealing with, you still have an individual play, but you're still a team. I thought it was very interesting the way they did that. And also throughout it, make sure that you always share information and keep some secret. Right? So you can see in one way you're forced to be public about it, or you're forced to keep it secret. It depends on how you look. I would say you're forced to keep it secret. Because you can't openly discuss that I have 2 yellows and a white on my hand right now. Do you need any of that? You can't openly discuss that. But throughout actions you can be like, oh, you need orange? Yeah. And that of course also adds into whenever it's drawn out here, sometimes you're unlucky, like, I don't have any of the orange that I need in there right now, but I could use a white. Oh, you need a black, right? Because now I'm going to grab the black and grab the white for myself. Bam! And then maybe the orange is drawn out on your teammate's turn and he's like, okay, you need orange, gonna grab some orange. In a way to make that without completely discussing it, because you're not allowed to, in the rules, you're not allowed to say, oh hey, I need to visit New Delhi, so I need some whites. Do you want to grab some whites for me? You can't do that. But that's a way of doing it, right? Communicating in that way. Of course, adding in roots and going, okay, this one doesn't fit mine personally, so I'm hoping it fits yours. Please. And sharing information like that, so you're keeping some roots here that you can complete, that you believe in, and your teammate has some that he believes in, and then you have a shared one where hopefully your opponent can do something, or your teammate can do something on that one, and you work towards those together because you got this. That's weird, different. It's very interesting, very intriguing with all these things that are in there, and of course just the difference to the mountains, where sometimes it's more cards, sometimes less cards that you draw. Adds a little bit of luck to it, of course, and which way you need to go on the route. Luckily there's a bunch of other ways to get to those, but there's a little bit that, but I don't mind this one as much because it's in a very lesser amount. Very interesting for the team. Definitely it is Asia, the cover, that is saving this one. Legendary Asia is a little bit meh. It's tickets right, but with additional luck to it, and I never liked that. So that's definitely up there. Components, you have well, in this one you have some more trains and you have the cards. All of the quality that you expect. You have the little wooden cutouts. There are splinters in them, I noticed. I'm kind of sanded in the cutout, which I dislike. You should be careful of doing that. Dave's of Wonder should have the opportunity to do that 100%. A little disappointed by that, but I love that we're getting them. And this is something I'm going to bring out. Just go down if we're going to play any other game, because we love to have those. I need to get some bought online somewhere, definitely. And then you have the map, and I have to say this map feels like the lowest quality of map from Ticket Ride I have had yet. It didn't quite fall down, it still was a little bit tipped up, it felt thinner, it didn't feel as high quality. I think this is the lowest quality map ever in Ticket Ride so far. Of course it is like that, I want it to be better, right? But it wasn't as good. And I'm disappointed I didn't read anything about it, but that's Route 1913, something for the Legendary Asia. Sounded like a previous expansion, and it would have been lovely to hear a little bit about that, but I couldn't find anything, not on Board Game Geek or anything. So maybe it is just Legendary Asia, but it sounded a little bit, the Silk Road 1913, right? It sounded like a previous expansion of sorts. Now changed a little bit, but what can you do, what can you do? Not much, unfortunately. But yeah, really good. The theme is, again, it's Ticket Ride. It does come through, you kind of feel, yes, you're going through this with trains and stuff. But other than that, it's Ticket Ride. It's the least themed game out there, I think. So yeah. Does it lie to you? What does it say it is at? Probably says, you know, bottom, yes, 2 to 6, 8 and up, 30 to 60 minutes. Of course, Legendary Asia makes it 2 to 5, but regular Asia can only be played 4 or 6. You can, I mean, to me, if you ask me, you could probably just go and do, you know, 5 teams, and thereby making it a 10-player game, just 5 teams. I mean, the holders, I believe there are more than 5 of those, and just, I mean, there are, of course, there are 6 of these, so each team just gets 1, right? I think that could work out and do that, but it recommends 4 or 6, 2 or 3 teams, which is fine. I'm probably going to go by that recommendation, because otherwise you're going to be having a lot of people. But I think the lovely bit about it is because the expansion is so simple, you can add it to anyone. Just make a team game. I now have inspiration to play a team game, which is interesting. But 2 to 6 doesn't lie to you. Legendary Asia, of course. It's 2 to 5, and then you have a 6 player because you need 6 people to make 3 teams. In and up, I'd say this is a team game. And any team or corporation game, I think you can go lower in age. And I think also 8 is lower in age. Not only because you can kind of guide them a little bit easier without helping your opponent, you can kind of be their teammate and help them, and we're gonna do this. And I would say, if you're playing with a young one in the first game, play with the open cards with them, like individual in the team, to communicate, and then try a game where you are hiding the information, right? And then 30 to 60 minutes, yeah, bang average. I think this one is going to lean a little bit longer, just because it's team and you want to try and communicate a little bit, but not too much. I think tackling that is going to prolong it a little bit in Asia. Legendary Asia is just a map. Of course, I already added, I have Europe here because for the setup, you use them in here. I added the however many extra trains that were in here to that one to prolong my games, because I love just adding all the trains to them. It's a little bit silly, you probably shouldn't do it, but yeah. Next time it's gonna be 28 trains each, because there's now an uneven, I figure it is about, I don't know, 63 or something trains now. Nah, 53. Nah, more than that. It's way more than that. I mean, it's 28 each, that's 40, that's 56, 57, I think, trains in that one now. Yeah, 57 I think. I have trains in here. A bit longer than the 45 in the original one. It's 12 more, which is always gonna make 2 more in this one. And then an uneven number, whatever. But I love adding that, so I don't mind a game pressing a little bit longer as long as it's fun throughout, and I think Ticket Ride Asia is. So, the final score then, I'm going to get Ticket Ride Asia. I think it's up there for United Kingdom and Pennsylvania as my favorite map collection. I don't know if I give that a 9 or 10, but I am going to here officially make Pennsylvania and the United Kingdom a 10 out of 10, and I'm also going to make Asia. It's going to be a 9 out of 10. And the reason it's dragged out is because of Legendary Asia. Pennsylvania and United Kingdom I both really like making the best box. This one is one that I really like, one that I'm okay with. It's gonna drag it down to a 9 out of 10 unfortunately, but I really like Asia here. Legendary Asia is not as good. Don't like it. It feels just like Europe with added luck. And a new map, right? That's annoying. But this map, Asia map, is definitely, probably one of my favorites ways to play. I think I would give United Kingdom and Pennsylvania both be above Asia, and then Asia is the third map, my third favorite map. That's definitely something I gotta do. Rank all the maps and the rules that are for the maps, yeah. When I have everything, I'm gonna do that. When I have everything, I'm gonna rank all the maps, not the expansion. This is not Asia and Legendary Asia. This is Asia and Legendary Asia. Gonna rank them. That's an idea for a future video. Anyways, I'm of course keeping this one. The plan is I want to own all the ticket rights. I don't know, how many am I missing right now? I need Germany, I need Northern Lights, I need France and the Old West, I need... Well, which one is it that I'm missing? London. Is that it? Am I only missing 4 main box ticket rights? I think I only need 4 more. 1 map collection, 1 small box, and then 2 games. I think I know Germany is a game with itself, but I can't remember if Northern Lights is. But 4 games. I only need 4 games more. Damn. And then I do a ranking. That's gonna happen this year. That's a new New Year's resolution. I'm gonna get the last 4 boxes of Ticket Ride this year. Hell yeah, I didn't realize I only needed 4. Damn. Anyways, thank you for watching this another Ticket Ride review. And another tabletop reviews. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye!